Domestic violence. It's not an easy subject to talk about. In fact, many of us want to believe it doesn't happen in our corner of the world. When it comes to domestic violence and what is available to survivors of abuse, there are some circulating myths that we here at Providence House Domestic Violence Services of Catholic Charities want to dispel. Myth number 1, if they don't get beat up, it's not domestic violence. Domestic violence is all about power and control. Whether that power is shown through physical violence like hitting, punching, or strangling, or through emotional abuse, for example, using control tactics to teach someone that they somehow matter less than others, or using verbal abuse like name-calling or put-downs, using financial abuse, systematically destroying someone's credit or taking them out of the workforce, or even making them show receipts for everything they've purchased, or sexual abuse, using coercive ways to force someone into sexual activity, often without consent. They all fall under domestic violence. In a domestic violence relationship, someone can be experiencing one type of abuse, all types of abuse, or anywhere in between. Looking at domestic violence, it all comes down to one person showing power and control over another. Myth number 2, domestic violence doesn't happen in my community, or in my family, or with my group of friends. Survivors of domestic violence vary in age, socioeconomic status, education level, as well as ethnicity. Myth number 3, you need money to get counseling for domestic violence. Providence House Domestic Violence Services of Catholic Charities provides free and confidential counseling for survivors of domestic violence in both Ocean and Burlington counties. If you live elsewhere, please contact the Domestic Violence Agency in your county. Myth number 4, I don't want to leave my partner, so counseling is not for me. Our job here at Providence House is to discuss your options and help you create a safety plan that makes sense for you. You do not need to be living away from your partner or family member who is being abusive towards you in order to be eligible for services. At Providence House, we have a 24-hour hotline, the gateway into our services, where a staff member is always ready to take your call. The core of our program starts at our safe house, where individuals and families can find a safe haven away from abuse. At our counseling center, we provide individual and group counseling for survivors of abuse. We also offer one-on-one and group counseling services at our outreach center, as well as legal information and assistance with the restraining order process. We also offer tailored services for older adults who have experienced domestic violence. Here at Providence House, we house our PALS program, an intensive creative arts therapy program for children who have been exposed to domestic violence. We have an amazing group of volunteers, including our domestic violence response team, who are at the ready to respond to police stations in both Burlington and Ocean counties after an incident of domestic violence. Providence House is ready to take your call. If you are experiencing abuse or know someone who is that needs assistance, please contact the number on your screen. Hope starts here.